Okay, how we going? Can't wait to see these yards. Have you been watching all of it? I've done most of it live, except for the placing the trees and everything. I'll edit it all up. So what I'm doing is just setting it all up here, recording on my other computer now, so it's all good. We can stream and record at the same time, which I'm happy about, because then I can time lapse it up or shorten these streams right down for a recap episode to release later on when I edit it up. That's my plan anyway. So back at Lone Oak, as you can tell, there's a shop. So this is all different. A whole cow yard setup. Change this camera. We'll take a quick little tour around the yard, and then I want to work out what machines I want. Start buying some cows and stuff. So I've only got 1.6 mil left, which is not very good because I started at 5. So that's how much I've spent. Not too bad. How's the quality looking? Everything's alright, or sort of changed what internet I'm using at the moment? Just for the next couple of days, because I went over the data on my normal internet. So anyway, the start is these two here are going to be like these two and the yard right in front of us, this different style. They only hold 200 cows each, so there's 600 cows. But they're going to be like my breeder mob. That's what I'm going to sit there as my herd is going to be. So I'm going to have like 50 cows at all times in them of the older ones I'm going to buy. So we're going to first year probably fatten them up so they start breeding and leave 50 cows in there. And then from then they always stay there, so the extra 150 can be produced to that yard's max. We're going to move over to the next 4 yards. So I don't know how long the cows sit. My guess is might take 1 to 2 years before we can get to a decent enough weight to sell them off, and obviously start exchanging the herd over. So I'm really going to just be trying to focus on like a fattening herd and everything, and see how I go with that. So that's what these ones are. So they're going to be totally try and get TMR up for them all the time, so we can keep those first 50 like breeding pretty quickly. A couple of machinery sheds down here. That's what's over here. They're into the fields. So, and then yeah, we've got so these cow yards hold 500 each. So we've got a couple of thousand there. So we can have a heap of slurry and everything. But I'm pretty much going to try and keep them. These ones probably fattening up. If we see how we go, we might try and give them lots. So we've got water, and probably see how I can keep up with it. But those first 3 yards is what I'm going to set up to be for all the time. These ones are going to be, because it's only fattening, so we might be only just like live off silage, so it'll only be 75% efficient cows like in fattening, so it might take a little bit longer, but we should still be able to produce the money without spending the cost. So we can end up with a few thousand cows, at least 2, that I'm going to be trying to feed. So in the middle of the yard here, I've got a bit of a tree, an oak tree. Of course, I'm running seasons at the moment, so we can start working on, well, I'm going to be running seasons the whole time, so we'll work on each year to try and breed this up. And this is also giving me to the different species of cows and stuff, so we can run the Ramas in like a meat cow, really work on that meat and breeding style. This area here, this is what I want to build like a hay storage. And I was like, oh, this would be cool, because in real life I normally just like throw a heap of hay bales on the ground and then just put a tarp over them or something. But I'm like, FS, I can't do that. So what I come to the idea is actually purchasing what over, yeah, we might stick it in here. I've purchased, actually downloaded some more, I don't know where they are. Mods, of course. It's always nothing but mods. I wasn't sure whether I go to the self-made one. I don't know whether. Oh, so that's small. No, not big enough. For these ones here, I'm thinking this curve here with windows, open curve. Yeah, windows. Look at that. I reckon if we have that there, and as a bale storage, it's not going to be level enough for me. Nope. I'm trying to get my controls right. Left control. So that's... So we're on a bit of a hill here, so that's not going to be very good. A bit of a hill there as well. Guess the easiest way is actually edit the ground up first. I think we could probably just get away with that if we... do something like that. There we go. Alright, now we go back to my terrain editor because, yep. What we need to do is around this side. When I get my controls right, I am so used to Giants Editor. This is like backwards for me. Tab over to this one. Throw some dirt out. A lot more concentrating than it looks. There we go. I think that would be it. Now that'll give me some good bale storage. So I think we've got enough coverage areas now. The last bit I was thinking of was actually... Can't remember where they are. Maybe under this one. Oh, here we go. Light poles. Street light. Cut the lights in certain locations to... Just finishing it off because I had a look through the other night and I was like, that looked awesome, but it just needs a little bit more. I think that is not far off it. Yeah, it's only about a couple of hours work on it, but I think this is going to be the best way to set the farm up to make it definitely a lot nicer. I reckon I can get stuck on them very easily, but I'm pretty happy with that. A few lights, throw some solar panels in. So that's, yeah, pretty much my storage now, so that's how I've been working on. That's awesome. I like that shed. Oh yeah, this thing, I couldn't get the hook up yesterday. Easy. I've got to sell it. I don't know why, but they didn't work. There we go, solved. Alright, so let's work out what machines we have. go with the method of everything, knowing how we are. Save it. Even added, that looked a lot better from the sky. Kind of not too bad, but it definitely is a drive over because you can get these placeable decals, but look, it's under it. Kind of think of it. There's an actual oil slick one up on this other shed. We're gonna have a look at it. You can't get the angle to follow the terrain, like that just needs turning to point down the hill. It'll probably be very nice where it's nice and flat. A bit like these couple. These ones in here. Now you can see that's still in the sky. I thought this was flat here. But there's no collision, so it's not too bad. So you add these little decals in and it does look very nice. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Good setup. Just needs a few more trees. I think it's actually very lone oak style. Like it seems to be following the very similar style to all the textures and everything. Seem to be very similar to the way it normally is. Maybe not the tree lines because that's normally what I do. Got to do the indicating. Cut the corner. See you, mate. Let's purchase some stuff. Oh yeah, I wanted to know, we need a truck. Don't know what sort of truck we should go for, but we'll worry about that. Because I need to do a wheel loader. I was going to go with this one. We'll go with the Class. Because that's totally not American. But it looks very, very nice. It actually looks really wicked with the black wheels. Cut 100 horsepower, that's what we need. I wanted a big loader. So we got a big wheel loader. I got the downloaded a mod I want for it, so you can put this either as self-made for cleaning up the yard and all that. Oh, this is the pushover one. Okay. Well, what are we at? 8,000. Because they're hard to bucket anyway, aren't they? So this is one. That's the bucket to suit it. Animals. Well, we need. See, I've got that kit now. Yes, I got the Anderson kit. That's what I'm using. I've never used it yet. Kind of think we could do some big silage logs in that middle of that yard. That could look pretty cool. Water. I don't have to stress too much about water because I've put, being seasoned, a water pump in every water trough. So that's sorted. Straw blower. I'm thinking we might actually use one of these ones. What's these suits? We're going to have to work out which one's which. They join into something. MLT and what's... So if we do that, then we can not. So that's that looks like a telehandler to me. I think they all are. What's the difference between these? That's telehandler, because that's that MLT we looked at. That's front end loader. What's this? 218 and that's probably like skid steer or something, is it? Yep, that's what that is. Okay. So with it, we're stuck on. Obviously, telehandler it is. Well, I was going to use that JCB, but it's not. We've got a new Manitou. Got to keep smashing the mods, don't we? Standard. Work lots. Yep. Okay, so that's for that blower. I hate these things. I hate deciding on what to use. Like, I just get so confused with it all. To a point. Not sure. Animal transport's what we need. 4 cows, 6 cows, 12 cows. 6. What? 14, sorry. The Wilson trailer looks like it'll be definitely American. But that fits 14 cows but only 24 sheep, where this fits 38 sheep and 12 cows. And 38 pieces. How is that like... How does more cows fit in a smaller trailer? But being America, I'm going to go with Wilson. That is just American. Come to think of that, we need to put the truck has got to be... Can't be a man. What are we at? 1 mil. Should save it to this. GPS on it. Fleet colours are silver. Flat top as well. We need a flat trailer. We can do auto loader, I guess. Wow, look at that baler. I've never... So we can do the Feagle and put it behind the truck again. Or I go with an auto loader. Being that big thing's on the... Might go for the auto loader for something different. Okay, what tractors are we going to go for? Medium tractor. There's a lot of these. I was thinking we could do with the bigger ones. Might be one of those big green things. They're like the 8RT. We go like the 8R. Might be... Is our high horsepower tractor. Get out the mud guards. Yeah. I think that's a bit more like a high horsepower one there. Put GPS on it. Don't think we need to go 400. I'm thinking 360. Oh, no, because they use some things use quite a bit of horsepower, but 394 will save the cash. I think we're going to go for the Johnny. Being American, we're going to go with that as our large tractor. But we want a little runabout for on the feed mixer all the time. And then we'll need a... Maybe just like a yard one. Because you always seem to... Yeah, that 8R is very nice, so... Being American, I thought I'd definitely suit it. We can keep the fanboys happy and put a case on. Like this little... Get the Hurleyman. It's the only one to choose from. Because there's no point going like a Fent or something like that. Yard one, smash all the concrete up. I reckon we need like an old school one. For like the runabout to just sit on the mixer. Like, probably don't need a big one. Actually, you can probably go one of those small tractors. Get your Deutz fire again. Aggro star out. Oh, forward. Yes. I'm thinking to that. We might do that forward two-wheel drive. Wheel setup. Those wide ones are pretty. Though, Jules do. And then I see an old tractor, I always think of Jules. American, gotta be Michelin. $100 horsepower sounds sweet. Configuration 400 on the back, 800, 400. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm either going. Yes, stainless steel exhaust. Brake feeder. It's got to have the exhaust done. That is a nice Ford. I'm thinking. Wide tyres. That's my runabout tractor. That is it there. Only for 100 horsepower though. Because, yeah, don't worry about it. So we got our high horsepower, a low horsepower one. The rest comes later on. Loader, truck, to move the cows around. High horsepower, low horsepower for the mixer. How much does that mixer actually require in horsepower wise? Because I didn't look at that. 145 horsepower. We got 100 for it. We'll have to customize that to 160. And then we'll be sweeted. We're going to have to customize the horsepower on it. 160 tune. Now it's suited for the feed mixer. Made that as a little mistake, didn't we? That's that done. That's that one. Oh, we're going to get the auto loader so we can do bales. That's what we're going to do. Does this do round and square? Just round. Okay, we'll... You guys reckon round bales? Like... We can do 24 of them. Yep. I'm thinking we're going to go round, let everything roll away. 24 round bales. So now we just need an awesome round baler. Little square ones, throw them around. Because then we could just throw it in that log. Set up, that's my silage done. Yep. I think I've got the idea. That makes squares. I want to make round ones. Well, we'll let decide. Hopefully like a Case one or a John Deere round baler. Be sweet. If anyone could find one. Mowers would be... We'll sort out later. I'm not... And then we can go into cropping later on. Just worry about my certain things at the moment. Because we could always go up to one of these big M's or that. little one. Because we're down to 470. Which is good, so... And then this will also give us a barrel spike, but we could end up chasing around barrels. Yeah, I think that's just going to add crazy to the mount. Craziness to the chaos. Something tells me I'm on the wrong side of this. I really should plug my steering wheel and everything back on. What was my volume set? Hit the wrong button. So we can bring in the cows, we can total mix, get some TMR going for them. I'm not sure about trying to do a straw across the ground, so that's where this is probably not the biggest thing off for me. Blowing straw, because that's only going to create manure, but if we blow at least some straw over some of them, we might be able to get away with selling that manure for. Look, floating. It's up to Giant's quality, that is. It's floating. Because, yeah, that will just create solid manure. Teleported. But we can always just buy a different barrel spike on the equipment. I just remembered, like, I do have follow me now. Why don't I use that? Then we could all go, like, in one big convoy. Come on. I've been in this yard before. You can tell. Typical truckie. Let's go to the diner. So we're just going to need that auto loader. We might do a load of hay grass, silage. Afternoon, Witchy. I'm setting up crazy ideas and things. Got a lot of crazy stuff happening at the moment. That button. 25. I reckon we could just about get to the house before they even start to follow. Oh, kind of. Does this have the sign we can put up? Flashing light, come on. Oh, thanks to Itchy for spamming it. That's alright. Nice. I haven't set it up. Help. 3 corners. Help us see it's blocked. Oh, I don't know where to go. I've got to just drive straight into him. I have an idea. Morning, Milton. How are you going? I have a very crazy idea that may or may not work. Let's see. This is going to be very interesting because this is what I can do in real life, but I'm not sure how I'm going to go as FS on keyboard. Setting up need wheel loader. Ooh, that one's pretty good. But we're doing round, not square, so yeah, we'll go with that one. Oh, that's good size. So when I can go into my Team R mixes, I can throw a few bales in at once. But if I'm driving this, we might as well set it up. Come on, turn. That way. In, not out. So yeah, got the class machine here in America at the Case IH dealership. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's well, 2:30 in the afternoon here. Sitting back, setting all this up. Got it all set up beautifully this time. I got my other computer built, recording, happy with the quality. So we're recording ridiculously well, and because it's on another PC, it's not capping my load on this one, so my frame rates aren't dropping and lagging like it used to, which is good. So stream quality's down, but being on recording on this other computer, I can set it all up later on to be time lapse up in a highlight setting. Oh, that was perfect. They always land up like that, don't they? So this is good. So we can get the auto loader to bring it in the fields I'll bring it from the shop to the fields here, because we might have to be buying in feed for a bit. But I'm thinking I should do, because grass isn't going to survive, but we might have to. We're going to end up running into debt pretty quickly here. That's good. Teleported. Definitely get paid by the hour, don't you? Sitting around. Sacked. Look at this just pulls. Hey, we should turn it on. Look at that horsepower. It's definitely pulling it down. That's full throttle. See, 145 horsepower. Probably should have left it at 100. We had to get the tractor tuned up for it. But that is an awesome. I reckon that's awesome. That looks beautiful. Hey, I got my pressure washer, so that's all good. We're gonna have to just quickly take a screenshot of this. That is the TMR mix right there. Air cleaner, spotless. Okay. It's not like I got a shed that's too big for the tractor or anything. I think the tractor's just not big enough for the shed. That is it. Does look like an impressive shed. Tab through, teleport everything. This one we're going to buy some feed to start with. Bales. Obviously we're doing rounds, so we're going to buy in. How much we're doing? Total price 17. We should get 16. And straw. 8 of them. What's TMR? Silage, wheat. That's everything in it. So we actually probably should have another one of silage. I know cows love silage. Think from my memory, that is how I build it. Like total mixed ration. Hay, straw, silage. Oh, yep. Hay, straw, silage. So the silage is outside. That straw and hay can go in that dome shelter. Hey, Ninny. How you going? I got the Anderson DLC, so we got to just work out which buttons we're using now. Going round bales because this is crazy, but we can make a heap of grass ones. Clip it all. Let's just see what happens for the next 2 minutes. Come on, hurry up. Just do a quick save because we know what everything to do with Farm Sim. Come on. Ooh, we could do 3 high. That's impressive. Well, hello, Gamer Dragon. How are you? Yeah, we've got some impressive equipment, and guess what? I got round bales, and I thought since it's fairly hilly, but not too hilly, I could be chasing him. And of course, I'm on my keyboard because I took my beam modding out like no tomorrow, so I've taken my steering wheel down, and now I don't have my steering wheel. Oh, no probs, Witchy. Yeah. Pretty much like all my top mods on my Discord have got pretty much YouTube moderation. You can tell why now I have an auto loader. I don't just use the tractor. So, need to work out a mower and a baler. Obviously to mow these things, so thinking we could go for the chrome one, but... And what do we got? We got... How many cows am I buying? 150 at 2 something each. What's the numbers of that? Oh yeah, not anymore, are you? Sorry, too good for us. That's alright. You were in it. Sorry, Lancey boy just left as well, so... All changing what we're going. I'm thinking of doing the same. Got quite a few discords that I should get out of because I just got way too many that I don't chat in. The sacker. Watch out, if I find a broomstick parked out in the front of my house, I'll get scared, okay? Should find a calculator. These cows better love silage. Yeah, I know. I'm just being silly. No hard feelings, Witchy. Yeah. Come with 3 at once. It's just one stack. If in doubt, rev it out. This would probably be a lot more effective in a field than at the shop yard. This is just definitely... We got probably another 3 to pick up. Don't pick up a straw one. Don't pick up... I got pails everywhere. How does this unload? Does this unload standing up or does it drop them all in a rail like this? I've like never used this. I've had the DLC for like, well, probably near on a month now and I've never played with it. Oh, what are you guys thinking? Should we just keep buying in this feed for these cows, or should I try and produce some? I was thinking of, while that's going, actually purchasing field 1 and putting that as my corn and just doing a massive silage sesh so I can get a bit. They all just fall off in a row. Okay. Oh, that's it. Looks full to me. Oh no. Last 3, that means I should have got my numbers right. So if I did 3 straw ones. I'm trying to get the silage bales, not the straw and hay. Smart people would have just like purchased one type at a time. Not me, let's line up everything we need. I gotta knock them over anyway. No, it's not like they come perfectly stacked at all. We'll just... I want to get the silage bale. Come on. I was supposed to push it. Come on. This is why we had to get the 400 horsepower tractor, okay? Just one last little push. I was thinking I could get a skid steer. Do the skid steer trick again, but that would have been smart because then we could have... Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up! It's probably going to pick up a grass one now. Or hay one, should I say. Be more correct. Ah, yeah. It's just typical. We're just trying to like collect everything. Hay bales with a forklift. Ooh, the turret. Another mod I've never used. I've got to have something JCB. You're cute. Got to put that at the yard now. Or just at the shop here just to sort these out. JCB, JCB, massive. Do we actually have a bale grab? We do, but... Bale spike it is. Where's this going to head up? Shift tab. So being JCB, is it actually a telehandler? Not. It started off so nicely, but it just went bad very quickly. I don't know why. This is probably the way it should be done, but... let's wait. There we go. I think the rest we should be right, but we really should try and get like hay ones first, then the wheat, grass ones, straw ones. So we'll see how we go. But that's full. That looks awesome. Must be getting this hang of this farming stuff. So if it loads off the back, that'd be awesome, because then we could just drive in that dome shelter I put down for my hay, or straw, as long as it's not silent. As long as the season mask on it works, it'll be good. But being silage first, they stay outside. So I put them up the hill there, and they should roll down into every cow yard as the day goes on. So all this yard and everything here is all built from placeable setup. See, we get it here. They'll roll down into that one, roll down the hill into those yards. Should be awesome. Okay, as that's doing that, we'll just teleport magically by pushing buttons on a keyboard. even checked what my bank line's at. I feel like I don't want to have one. I shouldn't have one. Nope. If anyone was watching that and just saw me going, yep, he's gonna not get it in there. You're right. Let's do the whole, like, I can't go straight, so we'll go backwards. You can definitely tell the texture difference between 17 and 19. Like 19, it's that there's no blend. At 17, you can do that blend in Giants Editor. So it just looks so much better. Cows. We're going to go right ones, brown ones, grey ones. I'm thinking of doing, well, there's 4 colours, but we can do 3. We do certain colours in each yard. Then as they breed, we can know the different ones. So, what's livestock trailer's full? 27 grand. How many cows was that? If I get the right button, we won't see anything. What was it? It was 12. And look, we all stand in perfectly. There's room for more cows. Very clever guy loading the trailer. Look, they're all just standing perfectly still, pointing forward. Not one laying down or sideways or making a rough. I've built all this from the sky, guessing what the turning circle of everything is like. I have no idea what it was. Ah, yep. Does this unload? These unload out the side or the back? Should probably won't work if we just backed it up to in line with the door so it looked like it was going in. Now, how many cows we got? I thought they were all going to put them all as one, but they won't. 2, 3. Actually, look at what I purchased. It might tell me again. 12. So if we do 2 loads in each one, would be 24. I think would be a starting point. So we had that over those 3 yards. Perfectly standing around. Okay. Yeah, unloading. There you go. I thought you said they'll just perfectly slide off the back. Look at it. There's one already out. Maybe GD was right. Hey, how you going? Oh, it's Jamesy. How you going, Jamesy? No, I have no experience at recovering vehicles. I get stuck in trees and everything. It's not like I do it often. But if you've been around and been on this channel enough, you'll know, yeah, it happens often. Don't have to take long to realise that crashing's just it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, which is really the time in it all. Oh, look at that. That's almost like missed everything. That was awesome. Skip that song. Cool. You still playing on Dagwin's multiplayer server, Jamesy, or you finished for the day? Come on. Now we just need to... Got one load of cows. We might... Well, we're down to 300. There's 27 for each load. So... It's 270 for 100 cows. I think I might... Trying to work out, have a rough idea, a bit of an idea in my head what I want to do, and feeding these cows and stuff. So, and sort of how much money I want to save in the bank. So we probably should check my finances wherever that button is. We got a loan, so we got 250 in loan. So really only got 50 grand, but I can always, I might cheat in 250 just so I don't have that loan. And then probably start with 100,000 and just go off the cows and see what I can breed up. And just now I've got some sort of feed, but I'm thinking I might need to save a bit, so I might do just one load in each yard. Might be the best way to do it. In each animal shelter, like my first 3 breeders. Did I get the load all sorted? I kind of left it for tomorrow. For Monday, so I haven't quite worked out what to do with it. Still think it's like dust in a plug or something. It's got to be something as simple as that, or a broken solder wire or something. But yeah, we should yeah, so if I do only one load of cows into each yard, then we can... Then I can probably try and control my feed and sort of work on breeding, because I think we've actually got to get some age on them before they start breeding. So, and then we'll just... So we're going to try and feed them for a year. First, my understanding is, so we really should try and save some income, save some capital there for later on. So I've done all right for saving. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might zero off that bank loan and leave, say, probably about this 300 or the 250, the number we end up to today, because then I know I've started with 5 mil, and this is where we got it all to. That will also leave yeah, then that will leave the bank line for when if we, so the because if what happens if we don't feed them, the cows will die. So we're gonna at least feed them the TMR. So I've got to mix some up for. I think I'd like perfect stack. They said just in the shed. Do I have a multiplayer server? No, sadly I don't. Yeah, I haven't got a multiplayer server. I've purchased a second copy of FS, and I'm halfway through building another PC as my own home server. But I can probably tell you by the quality of the stream and everything, my internet services aren't great enough for hosting a server out of my house. So that, but my plan was maybe to put it together, or at least with the 2 copies, was so like doing this and maybe having another camera angle might be more what I want to do. So I'll end up having to multiplayer between my 2 computers on my like a LAN setup. But depends on like, cause yeah, you're gonna have quite a bit of lag if you were to say join that server. So that's the way I'm thinking of doing it. So it's only suitable for really people in my household, not actually going online and doing it. That's what we need. So it's 2, 2, and 1 in it, yeah. 2 silage, 2 hay, 1. Normally what I do is have 1 silage, 1 straw, and I'll put 2 hay in, because hay's cheaper than silage. So when you purchase... My internet's not good at joining servers. No, you should have seen me... GD, you should have seen me. We were playing Air Island again on Daggerwin's server, so I was there yesterday having a play, seeding around, and I thought, oh my no, first job of the day was, let's go harvesting, and I thought, no, don't put me in the track and a header, I'll end up in a tree. First thing I had lag, I get lag spikes hugely on that map. I don't know what it is, that map just makes me go, I was in, a couple of thousand milliseconds for moments yesterday. It was quite funny, and I was not sure if I was going to end up in a tree a few times. In the mornings, my internet, basically any time it's daylight, and really, really bad at night time. Like, my internet is, what I do at the moment is I've actually got a hotspot set up off my phone. I'm using internet off my phone just to get the quality up. I have good reliability with my NBN or my internet, which I normally use, but the lag in that is, well, put it this way, if I was to jump on GD's server to know with, or anyone's multiplayer server, I'm instantly between 400 and 800 milliseconds lag straight out. Can't get any lower than 400. Where off my phone I'm down to 200. So gets me done. So multiplayer is not, I like doing it, I really want to do some more of it, but it's just not my thing. I just can't. Keep being promised better quality, but I'm yet to see it. But okay, auto loader's done. We've got some food in. We better bring those last couple of loads of cows in. Whoop. That got reversed in perfectly, look at that. Do my fancy teleport trick. Those crows are on that grass again. Get off my front lawn. That one. I thought it'd be nice planting these trees here, or placing them here, but the way I crash into them, it was probably not a smart idea. Well, I was trying to stay in my lane because oncoming cars were trying to hit me. And then we've got a very, very, very strong letterbox. Oh, but I just got out of there. Yeah, it takes a bit more to do it than server, Jonesy. You gotta, you pretty much gotta have a PC server built running, and good internet's alright. You can't just like have a game of FS. You got to set it up as a dedicated server for everyone. It's gonna be a bit much. That's why most people just rent one, so you can just pay a company that has heaps of servers and they'll rent it out for you, and then you just create access to that, rather than hosting your own server. But so like I said, I'm going to be setting up my own personal server anyway, but that was just for my uses. I forgot what colour cows we had. Brown. Get the right button. I'm thinking we're going to have 3 different colours and then we'll just sell on different. So we got brown, we got white, then we should have light brown just for giggles. Smash that OK button. It's alright, he stopped for me. I was trying to go faster. So we got brown cows in this one, white one in there, and we'll end up with grey one. Light brown over there, because brown and white equals light brown. Worst bit about this is they ended up on a bit of a lane following the hill. Car there. No, I didn't see it. I saw a gap and I went for it. Thought this is a V8 supercar right here. It's one of those, like, yeah, truck racing trucks. That's what it looked like. No cars. People like me are the reason why they have the traffic off function available. Says auctions, livestock exchange. Well, if it's an auction, I don't want to pay that much. I'll be here all day bargaining, but I don't want to pay that much for a cow. Gotta be cheap. They're not that old. Back this up. Nope, revving it out didn't work. Yeah, so I was thinking if we did like field 1, we can buy a heap of planted as corn. Might lease the machine to do it. Then we could always, you know, chop it down for silage, put it in the BGA, either sell the silage or just use that to feed the cows. This, like, my idea here is probably really suited for multiplayer because there's a lot of work involved, and I don't know why I've came up with it, but it's probably gonna be. I'm hoping I can at least last 1, maybe 2 season years. So I've set it to a 6-day season. Yeah, we gotta go light brown. It's full. I know, it has to get into a tiny spot. Why can't we have outside loading? Make me want to crash into things. Wrong side of the road. Get more. What do you reckon? Yep, 80 now. That's what I was expecting to work last time, before the car showed up. Someone might have put the water tank too close. But you gotta have a water tank. Looks more impressive when there's one or two. Thinking we could put a couple of big steel ones up here. That might be a wrong door. I'm gonna sell that light pole because I don't like how it's floating. Does this shed have lights? In the office? But we'll sell that light pole because I'm not happy with it. Wrong one, I want this one to go. It's only 600 bucks. We can always put it back in later. Or put it on the other side. We need to work out a road train cattle transporter. So you know, come in and have 2-3 trailer B double to help move them around when I sell them, because I don't want to be sitting here at 12 at a time moving 500. It's going to be a bit too much. But I guess we can do it over a few days. But if someone can work out a road train so we could have a 3 trailer setup. Find a mod like that off a reputable mod website. Should I clarify? See, I'm not bad on a keyboard with no lag. Put me back on multiplayer, there'd be lag like no tomorrow. See, there's no upside down planters yet. I think there's one on Yes Mods. Okay. Yeah, you can drop that in my Discord or PM it to me or whatever. Direct message it. It's up to you, Dow. I'll do some research later. Get the mixer going. We're going to have to work out and guess the rate, everything. And for the slurry, if we do it, because we're going to do slurry fertilizer, because we're going to end up with a heap. That's what I'm saying. The first year, this is my setting up, and I might do a lot of off-camera first year effort, get growing these, feeding them, seeing how I get there with these breeders now. Build my breeding stock up, start putting some in the fatting yards. So it might be 1 or 2 years off camera. Maybe a couple of updates along the way. It might be how I'm going to do it. But now we've got our basic machinery set up, so I'm going to bring pretty much the same. And then we'll go into doing some more stuff. But like I said, we probably need to work out missed that. try and get the forks down. But I'm thinking I either do that or these years in gaming and stuff, whether I'm in the mood for streaming. It might be a very not advertised streaming. So if you want to see things like that, of me just like feeding these cows and just the everyday work. So it's pretty much all day feeding, buying and feed. Set it probably at times 15 so I can speed these things up a little bit. At the moment I got it set it nice and slow just so I can at least get everything in line so the cows don't die on day 1. Or 2, because day 1 was building everything. But yeah, if you want streams and stuff like that, I might set it up. Just, yeah, let me know. Be subscribed and stuff so you can actually get the notification from YouTube when I go live, because it's not, and I'll drop one in the Discord anyway, in my Discord, but it's not going to be it's going to be like this, probably more casual, and maybe recording at the same time so you can get some highlights later on. But I'm going to be cutting back because like I said, there's going to be a bit of off camera bit, so I'm going to try and rush through that for a bit, between that and actually working on making my map. That's the... Should put a ramp here. That's pretty good, 2,000 litres, not 20,000. It's mixed up. Turn that off for a second. Already one bale rolling away. And then we could probably, like I said, maybe once we get these bred up and maybe one already in my fattening yard, then I can come back to it later on. Okay, that's good, I think. Water on the bare minimum, TMR. So we breed all these up. We'll have a heap of slurry. So I'm saving the slurry setup for when LAPSE's slurry mod and everything comes out. I'll be definitely using that, the dynamic hoses and stuff. That'd be awesome. But maybe once we get breeding, then we can go into coming back to probably a bit more how I normally do things, like me to making these, see how I go with it, streaming like casually, then making videos later on from it. Or I'll end up most likely, yeah, back to just streaming proper streams where I'm trying to advertise it and try and make a proper thumbnail and everything like that, not the same one over and over again. I'll try and get a good one for these cow yard. Okay, I'm impressed. So we might actually have enough till next year. Okay, thanks mate. So we'll probably upgrade to that trailer later on. I just need some to start with. There's a bump there I don't like. That bump. Let's fix it first, because we don't have a reset button. Save the game. There you go. Smaller. I like this song. I actually be surprised how often when I'm just editing videos or just playing randomly or modding, I'd actually sit back and listen to this music. This is pretty cool. There we go. No big speed bump. You look back now and go, why did they release a game without that terrain editor and this placeable system setup? And with half these mods missing, you need a variety of cow yards. You need something big like that 500 or 200 one, or and a shelter like this at least. Some like shed variety, not just release half of them and hope the modders will do the rest for you. My next map video, oh, to be honest, I don't know. I'm gonna, hopefully after this, depends how excited I get about actually playing. I need to get some more straw bales. But we're still on my 250, so that's alright. My next map video, well, hopefully, yeah, I gotta just do all the blue lines and all the fields and stuff. Hey, Waffle Slime. On my map anyway, so I might record a bit of a how-to while I'm doing it, so people that actually want to know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, in case you missed one of my other live streams. I might do a bit of that, but I've just been slowly working at it because it is kind of painful and repetitive. And then my next step on the map is actually learning, hopefully, how to do Blender and start making some models, start putting some the correct buildings, set out where the animal buildings are, because I want them pretty much, yeah, the base game ones aren't, they're nowhere near what they should be. Don't scratch the Ford. Whoops. Cab view, probably. I still get my ups and downs wrong on the keyboard. $4,000, yeah, in you go. Straw blower. I don't know how to operate it. Tip side. Where does the straw? Let's see what happens when I actually work out where it goes. How are the cows looking? They're healthy? That's what we want. Sorted. They take a lot of straw. What do you think we get a water tanker just to top up those water for these cows? The problem is if I pick up water out of my shed there, the tank, it's going to be charged to us. So we need to find a water source that's not going to charge us. And the other one is I did think I could either put my money tree mod on here, use that, so it's a bit cheap, but there was this other one I saw on Mod Hub when I was searching for that shelter for my hay. There's this base station mod. So it's like a GPS base station you can put on your hill, on your farm, for a, say, certain company like John Deere want a base station for their farm. And it's a universal one and they pay rent for having it on your farm. I'm thinking we could use something like that so we've got a little bit of income to help, you know, off-farm investment. I think that sort of a mod might be suitable for what we are doing here. And that will also help with a bit of income in the middle, so in trying to keep these cows fed, because I don't want to run out of money and get them fed, and I don't want to always be just changing them in. I'd rather be like, okay, yep, that's what I got, we'll go from there. So as that unloads, we'll have a look. It's probably into this miscellaneous. Yeah, see this base saver, 100 grand, but gets 500 bucks an hour. Wow. I might edit that, so then it's only like empty. Might edit that up so it's like $100 an hour, so then your whole day is, or like 80 bucks or something, so you only get like 200 bucks or $300 a day or whatever it is. Maybe 500 a day is probably what a lease is. I think that might actually be going good, because that just sounds like way too much. A lot of modders that make money mods do that, put a lot in there. I just feel like that's a bit too much. Can't have it too easy for everything. Should probably put that wheel loader. I like it. I built a machinery shed and I put everything in this one new shelter I've got. So there's a couple of little machinery shelters down here as well, because I feel like I'm going to end up with a bit of equipment, or at least requiring a bit of storage, so we can end up with a lot of straw bales in there, and then down in one of these ones we could drop all the hay, or you could put a heap of hay bales stacked in there. I'm thinking that might be what we do, because my plan is maybe do what we're doing, buying in some stuff, but buying like bulk, so you know you don't always get, say at harvest time, so in summer you get a lot of hay bales or straw bales, should I say, when everyone's harvesting, so you get in and you probably end up with like a few thousand, or you know, a couple of road train loads might be more what we go to. Be pretty interesting, come in with 3 trailer road train load of hay bales, and there's me like a whole video just unloading these hay bales or straw bales. Wrong one, that one. So that's what I'm thinking, is that's why I've built that big storage area. So if we had that full, or near on, like, yeah, a few hundred. I'm not talking 30 bales, I'm talking like, pretty much it's everything like you normally do on a small scale, but just really, really big. And so if you're buying it in, you'd buy in 3 road train loads. Well, I know that's what I do in real life. If I was to buy in some straw bales and stuff, I don't go and buy in 3 bales or 4. I buy in, 300 bales. So that, I'm thinking that might be a good idea if we do something like that. You could always, that's what I'm saying, maybe we do end up working towards producing our own feed, but this is sort of just trying to build more like a breeding cow yard feedlot setup, because it is pretty much a feedlot. So you buy in, you know, your 500 cows, you fatten them up, and then you sell them. But I'm trying to do breeding and buying it in, so it's really full cow production, not actually. So, you know, you're not making the feed yourself, but it is possible we can be doing that. And I guess on the free time we could always be going and doing contract work for other people. Going, now the cows are in check, we can do some harvesting and cultivating work for one of the neighbours or something. Might be more suitable for this sort of playing style. We'll take the total mixer, bash it down there, put it next to the John Deere. So you need that tractor for that baler, but like I said, we'd probably need another older one for a slurry setup. Might be better on future purposes, whether we're just carting it to sell it or solid manure to sell. Because you don't want to be using your a nice old rusty sort of tipping trailer for slurry would be awesome. Or solid manure to sell. Yeah, you don't use your shiny new truck and tipper and everything. You use an old tractor and everything. The way that straw disappeared. So the first 8 we used 3. Yeah, I'm thinking if I purchase that, then we could keep the straw up, and then we could sell that off. I'm thinking that's for my plan. So maybe we do be doing some contracting work. It's taken me an hour and a half just to purchase some machines and feed some cows. So. But if we could get a mower, I'm still thinking we should get a mower and mow the 3 grass fields around my yard. I do own one. In here on purchased land like field 14, 15, and obviously 13 we own. So the back of 13 here below the cow yards, 15 and 14. So there's quite a few, 4 fields set up. So 15 there, we can plant that as corn to do some silage, or we plant it as wheat so we can get some straw, wheat or oats. Oats is normally. This is where I want, in 17 there was a mod that was called green mowing. And what you'd do, it would be beautiful in this game now, because with oats, what I do in real life is I grow like oats for my hay. And you cut it when it's green for hay, or you wait for it to ripen, you cut off and you have your straw. So you cut it and bale it up. So you grow oats because it can grow quite thick and heavy and lots of it. So if we had that green mowing mod, we'd be able to plant in some oats, 2 bales at once. Plant that field as oats and then wait for it to go ripen off a bit. Cut it and bale it up. Or swath it up, you could use a swather, one of those, that SP mower. Like that older one I was thinking might. And that would be very awesome for our setup right now. That'd be beautiful. Because then we could do some hay, and then maybe field 1 for silage. We could get there. We could be making our own feed. So I have a couple of ideas on what I want to do. I guess comment which one do you think would be better. Would it be, should we just focus on purchasing the feed and doing contract work for the local farmers as is, or should we be trying to produce our own feed as well? I guess comment away which one you think would be best. Should do a vote as well. Pick these last 5 up. Then we might be able to get it all in one row. The whole catch it, roll away one. So yeah, we probably should rent a planter and plant that field as oats. Might lease one out. I'm thinking that might be what we do today, just so I can get some straw, because we could always mow the grass and everything, and then we could always come back to. Oh. I got too close to the wall again. That's the button I want to push. So I put GPS on this tractor so we can either use. I'm thinking of getting an SP mowing, swathing thing. Hey Scott, how you going? I'm going very well. Getting most things sorted at the moment. And I think I just pushed all that out the shed. That was good. Nice shed to keep it out of the weather. And I just pushed all the bales out. What's my season setup is? What can we plant at the moment? Oats. Yeah, we should be doing that. We should plant some oats in, so maybe right, because it's too early for corn. So if we lease a planter, gentle, just want to nudge them down a bit more. Round bales. Such a smart idea. I thought I would left a lot of room around this yard, but I don't think I actually have. So we do have machinery storage, so we can like purchase things and stuff. But I'm gonna I think we should at least America. We should just go for the big bud. AFS, what's that one? No, GPS. Gotta have the 620. And we need a planter. We need a direct drill. What sort of mods have we got? No, we need a seeder, don't we? Get it right. I think one of these horse ones. What are we? 12 meters. It's not too big. Should disc it in. I think we do that. We need solid fir, 2 of them, and 2 seed bags. That should be what we What map is this? This is Lone Oak Farm. And we're at the Case dealer, so that's why we're renting out a Case tractor. So we're leasing this, and I'm going to go and plant my field I've got up there as oats. So we're going to go and seed that in so that it's growing nicely. And we're obviously throwing some fertiliser down at the same time. Current spray rate 300 litres. We should actually set that up. What spray rate should we go for? This is 1,000 litres a hectare. Is this fertiliser or is it wheat? I like it. I got the 600 horsepower tractor for a seed planter that only requires like a couple of hundred horsepower. Pretty sure. Yeah, requires 300, so we only got 690. So it's not like it's overcompensated or anything like that. Select seed. Oats. It's got to be oats. We're needing the straw. Spray rate. Well, how big is the field? I'm only talking field 15, so yeah, it's 400. So I don't think it'd be a hectare, but I'm thinking maybe we should go down to probably talking about 500 because we want a good rate on. Yeah, my map is going very well. I'm still working on it. Of course, I'm at the stage of I've marked out all the fields, but I've got to go and do all the computer edit, so the AI farmers. So you can see how like Aussie's is. You can see the cultivators go all the way to the edge, nice boundary, but there's a straight line where the crop's been planted and stuff, and that's because he's had to mark all that out, and it's just marking squares and rectangles. If they had triangles, it'd be better, but it's pretty much marking squares on where you need to go. Get out of the way, cars. I need to get to this field. So, where do we go? Is that fertilizer that's at 500, is it? I'm thinking it is. Yeah, I'm thinking that's fertilizer. Yeah, maybe that one. We'll set it as that. Let's turn it on. Lower it in. Set my speed right, because you've got to seed in about 10 k's an hour. I don't think it's a direct drill, because my texture should have changed. Oh, there's originally oats as well. Oats on oats. For some reason, it's not planting anything. It's like just spraying the fertilizer out. So I'm going to go with oh, my door opens. That's what that is. Okay. I'm thinking we might actually need to get a cultivator for a bit. Turn that off. I think I need to quickly cultivate it all. You'll be right. It'll just sit there for a bit. So, whoopsies. Cultivate a disc arrow. No, we're disking it in, so we'll cultivate it first. Cultivator users. Flexicoil. I think it'll lease it for 9 grand. Yeah, we got the big horsepower, so no lease. Yeah, a little mistake I did. Whoopsies. See, it planted where it's cultivated, but didn't change the texture over the stubble. I thought it was a direct drill, but obviously it's not. So, but yeah. So back in 17, I spent ages down there at that little shed doing sheep. This time, we're doing cows. But not just any ordinary. Lots and lots of cows. Wow, that does make the whole map look different. Just with so much in one little area. I thought I'd try to like keep it open and take a lot of space, but it really disappeared. All that space I thought I had in the middle disappeared very quickly. Why the slides? Leave me alone. There's a sign there. This is why you have so much horsepower. Is just so you get stuck on a collision on a post. But like, how is that? Whoops. Came around the corner pretty good. And obviously it's a bit wider than I thought. I wonder if... Let's have a go. Where does the reset end up? Over here. Over here. It's further away than I thought it was. Oh well. Whoops. We're gonna have to do the whole... This was going to be a cheap lease. Oh, whoops. Got that right. 50-50 shot. It's like going, I'm going $100 on black. Oh, bugger, it was red one. But, okay, there you go. If you guys didn't notice, when you hit reset a vehicle, it resets over at the yard, not at the shop. So if you want to teleport all your machines home quickly, buy them, reset them. Now traffic, get out of my way, because I need to take up the whole road. Not... Oh my god. Yeah, out of my way. There we go. Better. I got my flashing lights on. This is like built for it. Look at the size of it. Just need their vehicle out front to let me know where traffic, to get traffic off the road. I'm parked out of the way for the oncoming cars. Drive up the back of me, you. I have a horn too. We'll get this done quickly. Hopefully. 70 foot should get it going quickly. Folds out very cool. What do we got? We got left alt. No. What were the controls for the GPS? Because this has got GPS fitted. What were the controls to have the turn it on? It's in the description. I just forgot them. So there's a button to turn GPS on, then there's another button to engage it. So there's a command button somewhere. I would like to know it. I just forgot it. Oh, that for a straight line. Should work it out which way we're going to go. Up and back that way. Opposite 90 degrees to where we are now, so we need to go on that heading angle. Need to work out the GPS controls, so I better go when we get up to that straight edge in that corner. We'll have a go at setting it all up. Just doing the headland first. Just sometimes it's easy to get an idea of the size of the field. Also good if you're you can mark out your external boundary with a bit implement, then you know your boundaries there, or GPS coverage map. So what you do is you do your first one, so then you got a nice green line on your coverage map for your outside lap. Then you don't get, so if you don't drive over that or you drive near it, you can actually see how close you are, so you don't hit fences and everything, or outside the field like what I just did. So that's, and also working with GPS, like with my conditions it's quite dusty, so that dust there is like a third of what I have, especially with air seeders and direct drills and everything. What I do is, yeah, you do this first outside lap and that will give you, yeah, your coverage, so you know you've planted around the outside, but when you can't see because the dust is engulfing the cab and the tractor and everything, you can actually look at your GPS and you know your fence is coming up or your headland is set and everything. So you can actually use the GPS guidance as a more of a tool than just pointing where you're going. You can actually use it as a visual check. We've gone due east. Okay, let's no one's worked it out. I'll have a look for myself. Under controls here, we should normally change song. GS. I think that's it there. Left Alt C. left Alt S. We're gonna have to change that because left Alt S is the other one. Where was it? GS. I guess we go right Alt S. Okay, auto width sounds about right. We might bring it down to, hold on, 2430. Got a little bit of overlap add in. We actually want 0 offset because we're going center. Headland distance. Oh, we don't need that. We'll have that off. No, show lines on. Track name. Easiest way I normally do is mark it as my field, so I remember it. So I go. So then every track's the same as the field, which is what we're 14, aren't we? I'm pretty sure. 15. So field 15. What's that said? We want AB plus heading because we worked out it was 280 before. So 90 degrees is 280. There you go. Add track. Whoops. Someone's forgot to drop it in the ground. One line over here. Alt S. We'll actually upgrade it. Can we snap it over? I want to know that. Let's look at it. If we can shift the run line to where it is. Should go realign track, left Alt home, maybe. Left track home or left Alt home or up, page down. So let's go left Alt. That's this button. No. There we go. Done. Now we got GPS working. Auto steer. There we go. Engaged. Being cultivating, we can go up to 15. Get on with it. Now we get some auto steer. Alright, so how we're all going. Now don't even have to turn. I shouldn't crash into anything. This is going to be good. How's everyone else going? What else we got to learn and talk about? I do like the guidance. We can do the skip row as well, I guess. Skip row over, skip row back. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, obviously the stream stopped when I got on my phone because I'm using my phone data. So typical people ring you when you're busy. So sorry about that to everyone. That was a bit of an interruption there. Thanks for staying with me if you have hung around. That's awesome. Does look impressive. We could probably turn those lines off, I guess, and try and wing it, but I think it'd be a bit much. So anyway, we got an up and back and a little bit at the end, so that's awesome. Not too much to go. It's easy with auto steer. You can sit back and talk on the phone, except for everything else stops working, which is no good. It's not very good at all. I guess we can always convert this field into grass, so I can have another grass field later on. There we go. Then left to go right, right to go left. Try and do the teardrop sort of setup, and oh, there it is. Whoops, another beep. I will get there. This is why I normally try and do 2 headlands afterwards. Still here sorting your stuff on your PC. Oh, thanks, Dow. Yeah, it never ends sorting your stuff. I've lost about 4 hours today just sorting stuff out. And I thought, yeah, that's it. I'm just going to add different, change it up and just go back to playing the game. It's more fun. Well, I've been playing the game for 2 hours now, so... Beep, beep. It's not too bad. We should really try and use 70 foot more often. That's my next mod. I shouldn't mod in a 90 foot, like the 90 foot Morris C2 or something, air drill. So it's a bit like that, the Seed Hawk, but well, Morris, different company. But it won't come. It won't be available on console if I do that because Morris branding isn't in there. So that's gonna be no good. But I might look into the FlexiCoil one then. Try and do the the 80 foot FlexiCoil or something. Nope. Do love the GPS sounds and stuff. It's all good. I finally worked out why I didn't have the sounds of my GPS guided system and that on the game, and that was because I was running a previous version of the development log. So I updated it. I haven't used it now. It got released on ModHub, so that's good. Four o'clock in the afternoon. Nice, good cruisy day. I think actual driving some tractors and stuff is finishing off this, on the stream, the day, very well. It's actually a not bad field now. We've actually squared it up a little bit and the guy's house in the middle. So yeah, I reckon I might do that. I might modify that base station placeable. So then it's, well, it's not $500 an hour. It's because that's too much. If you did $100 an hour, that's $2.5 grand a day. Whoop whoop. Headland alert. Boink. Green star beeps. Awesome. Beautiful. And now we've got the GPS, we just got to rechange our width and we can go on the run lines. Do my 2 headlands at the end. Tap tap. I hear like this song and I think, who the hell's tapping behind me on the table? It's only at the start. The problem is, I'm thinking we should try and purchase one of these tractors, so then I can use my auto guidance system. If we're doing contract stuff, so we could do some contract stuff to help some local people out. Okay, now we got this right. We go back into this one. Auto width 9 meters. Okay. Headland mode will turn on. Actual headland distance. What I do is normally, we should actually hold on. Go back that one. Bring down that little bit of overlap. You're back too. Thanks, Milton. What I do for headland distance, so that's the distance from the end of the field to, or normally the headland is 2 outside laps, so that's 9, 16, 17.4 meters. But I normally put it as 1.5, so half of 9.8 or half of 10 is 5. So I'd probably put it as 15 meters. 15 or 14 meters, that would be my headland. So then you could do one full outside lap and the second one to pick her in that last half bit. I don't want to stop. I just want the alert. So we can... so you go Alt X 3. We bring my speed down. Where we're going or guidance? Oh, has it got an offset? We've got an offset. There we go, 0 offset. Thank you. Anyway, now we can get back into it. What speed we're going to do? $11. It's about where it is. Hopefully we have enough oats to plant this field. I really just want, should have smaller console, whether you see your or tracking tones. That's what we need. Is so if you bring up a light bar that would come across on the top of your screen, so I can get rid of the lines, but it will have like the red and the green. So red right where you are, red left, green right. No, red right, green left, port and starboard. And then but it goes black to 0, and it's like a dial. So when you're coming to your run line, just the headland can guide you on. That would be awesome. I think that would suit this more than the actual lines up the field. Get rid of that and put it back over the top of the screen as a headland alert, or even just down the side, whatever. Just a little light bar setup. Just enough so you know, because if you, every dot is normally about, I have mine set about 10 centimeters or 20 centimeters. So if you go doodle, you can go 5 centimeters, or you can actually set up to half a meter to come in. V. Judging by this, oh, perfect. Almost. Not quite hitting the go in button properly. We may actually have it a bit narrow, but that would, you gotta have a little bit of offset, overlap. Probably could go out a little bit. But yeah, I think of actually having a light bar set up. Be awesome. While that's going, dealer can come pick that up. Thank you. I'm finished with it. I'm kind of thinking we could actually do multiple plowing, no. Cultivating. Oh yeah, maybe we could do multivate. Do all these off that one cultivator. Now that, if I was plowing, that would be how I plow it. Okay. Might be able to do some missions, but I think we can do the missions and we buy in our own feed. Doing some contract work for other people might be one way of doing this. So I'm actually hitting the key for it to go in the ground about where the front axle is to the bonnet of the machine. That's sort of what I'm working off. That's probably, so when I'm actually hitting the put it in the ground key about there. So this is pretty much how I plant in real life. But like I said, I don't normally have that light bar up and follow that. I don't have lines out the middle of the field to follow off. Yeah. Wrong. Someone hit. We'll crack up to 12. Guys. That one. Camera and view. C or V. Pick a button. Always the wrong one. So on my little screen there, you normally have guidance control. So you don't have lines out the middle to follow on, but I normally have see a little light bar will still even sit in cab beautifully. This is what it's like sitting in a tractor. What you do is your tractor stretches, turn the wipers on and off to knock the dust off, maybe play the radio. Round we go. One run, 2 runs. Oh, there we go. In the ground then at the same time. Is it me or does someone know how to handle a tractor? So what I do is I do a skip row. So you plant one, miss one, plant one. Like pretty much the pattern what I'm doing now is skip rowing, because you're skipping a row every time you go back down. And so what we do is we skip row all the way down to that tree line or to the edge there, and then we turn around and we do a big loop and we fill in all those rows I missed on the way back, and that will land me at one of those corners. We're going to outside headland, around and back, field finished. So that's how you do it, by keeping your machine in the ground the whole time, or operating. You're not driving around. So if you drove up and back and then you did your headland, you'll end up in one of these corners down here. So it depends on what you want to do, but also it helps in because you're not turning the machine so tightly. You're not putting the wheels into the drawbar there and locking it up. It'll keep you more open. So that's the reasoning for skip rowing. And the fuel gauge on the tractor says it's empty, but the computer says it's full. I just noticed that. I wonder if has this got in-cab controls as well? Bloop, bloop. Oh, too much. Lock it around. There we go. What we do with our machine, one of the buttons down here is actually like a cruise control setup. So what you basically do in Farming Simulator, you hit button 3 on your keyboard and it enables cruise control to what you set, which is currently on me 12 k's an hour. I'm in mine tractor in real life. What I do is I actually have there's a black dial on the side of the joystick. You can wind it up, wind it down to where you want to be, but that means you have to reset it. But there's actually 2 position switch, so you can engage auto steer. Engage the steering wheel moved. Engage your cruise control, but you have like a cruise control 1 and a cruise control 2. So when you get to the headlands, you could actually drop your speed down to about 7k an hour. So you're like half the speed, and that will give you a lot more time to get around, get online, get the implement back in the ground. So you're actually all planting everything nice and slowly, and then also you can just speed it back up later once you get it going along, because you've actually got to have a bit of speed to help with soil throw and mixing the soil up and everything. So there is a bit of information, and make sure you got it right every time you're planting. Especially for, real life, but anyway, we're getting there, that's for sure. What we do now, back on auto steer, jump on Discord, be a bit more on your phone. I kind of want to be, but knowing I'll probably create a lot of lag and the stream quality will go down, so I kind of don't want to do that. I'm kind of leaving the lines on now just for so I can find my run line, but when we go to fill in, it's pretty simple, it's in the middle. So on our way back I'll turn them off. It's definitely a different sort of view, isn't it? Watching skip rowing, planting happening, all by guidance system. How's the cows going? Have a look around. Still pretty good. Straw. We're going to do something about that water. I think it's on the red, but they are healthy. It's not too many at the moment, I guess. On the scale of what we can be, it's not too many. But I have managed but semi-failed. It was a bit late putting it in the ground. Managed but failed setting up oh, feeding what 100 cows or something I did, or I don't know. I did a heap in 17. It's quite a few. I knew I did 1,000 sheep, so it might have been 100 cows or 200 cows or something. So, or seeing how much I can get to might have been what it was. Ah, well, a little bit of muck up there. Yeah, it does look like we have a bit of overlap. In the ground you go. Took too long before pushing the button. Ah, right. Alt S. We'll turn lines off. So you don't have lines in real life, but how's that? Screenshot. Turn them back on. That was probably a bit early. Video output is low. I got a feeling that my internet is starting to muck around. 4:30 in the afternoon, everyone's getting on their phones. Mobile signal's dropping out. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to have some troubles and some stream difficulties very soon. But pretty much I'm going to go with, I'm going to keep planting this as is, I guess, and I'll edit it up in the video. So I'm going to do a recap on my building. Whoops. Building of this farm and everything like that. It's going to come in as a time lapse. Is it me, or did that stop working? Turn on solar. I managed to turn it off. Whoops. 90 degrees does suit this, and yeah, we had a bit too much overlap. But it's not going to take too long to zip up, so whoopsies. This is why you check your width. Normally in real life I create an overlap because the GPS does wiggle. It's not guaranteed perfect. This is a game, so it's definitely guaranteed perfect, so you can probably push it to your full GPS width. Real life I can't. I can't. In theory what you do is, so your rows here on your ground, it goes in and out, so you saw through. So what you could do is right next to your previous row is you put it so that the perfect gap between it, you can have your overlap set like that. So instead of, so your edge of the bar is not on the last tine, it's actually the correct width. So if you're a 6-inch spacings away from that, tell everyone to get off as I'm streaming. Yeah, go away, everyone. Stop making with my phone signal. Tell everyone to stop using my satellite internet so it's more reliable. That's what needs to happen. And most of the people that use that is me. So, whoops. But yeah, so what I do in real life is, because the GPS actually doesn't sit perfectly straight, you get a cloud, dust interference, and just actually the revolution of the earth throws it off, and also the gradient on a hill. So when you're on a hill like this, imagine GPS and the satellites in the earth in the sky work out that the ground is perfectly flat, and it works off a 2D point. So if you imagine your GPS receiver, which is up where your beacons are on the tractor cab, like right at the top here, and you're on a lean, it's actually 3, so your center line of the where your run is could be 1 to 2 meters leaning, because your tractor's leaning one way, could actually be off a little bit. especially on hills and stuff like that. So when you're on a hill, you got to actually they have an electronic gyro in the box normally, and that compensates it, but that creates an error. So therefore you can't reliably keep your GPS online in a straight line in the perfect spot all the time. It's gonna have an error, it's gonna be off, so you're gonna have to create an overlap. So I normally do 1 to 2 tines overlap, or 1.5 tines, so that outer wheel. So here we're actually probably about 10 tines, which is a bit of a whoopsies, but I'm normally 1 or 2 tines overlap. Judging by this, I need some more wheat, more oats. So yeah, there's some knowledge about the guidance system and stuff that probably aren't told. I'm surprised this wasn't a direct deal, but probably because it's why it's disking it in. It is a typical air seeder. You can tell by the air hoses and everything. 2 airlines. I don't like them like this because it is the media roller, or in the box. It has a little gear that regulates how much seed and fertilizer are coming out, and you change the speed of that gear depending on what rate you want to use. Normally mechanical drive, so everything. That's how it works. They have the automatic rate, or variable rate they call it. It's normally like a hydraulic motor or a gearbox onto it, so that changes the speed of that cog. With manual drive, it's just running off the ground, or that little drive wheel at the front there. That's normally mechanical drive, so it regulates the seed coming out. With this setup, it's got to put all of it out. The air's blowing the seed coming out of that roller up to all these hoses, following those hoses up. So it goes in those big hoses, then it goes around, and the air swirls it around, and its gravity does and pushes it out the little hoses, and they're all set to be the same length, so all your flows and pressures and everything the same length. So that's how an air seeder will work. I don't like them like this because you can't consistently have the same amount of seed out of every hose. So in that drum there on the top of the big hoses towards the back where the seeds are, or the seed placement point, the tines, it throws it up in the air, and it's supposed to just push it out, and it doesn't evenly. Sometimes you could go 2 seeds out one hose and only 1 out the other, and so your consistent placement of all your seeds, so your distance apart and everything, isn't quite accurate. Or so you can have a bit of, with especially a system this size, you probably actually have a bit of a variance across all that, quite big. The way ours work is we actually have, they're all smaller, so with a system this size, instead of having 2 seed heads, they call them like this, to the little hoses, we'll probably have 4 or 5 along this head, and so you'll have 5 gears at the air boxes and 5 bigger hoses coming out, and that will make it more consistent, so you're not trying to spread it out so much. So where our these heads feed probably like 30 tines each there, where ours feed was about 6 tines, 4 to 6 tines each head. So we have a lot of little gear, lot of big hoses, a lot more gears in the box and stuff, but it's a more accurate setting. Then with the newer boxes and stuff, they actually got like a section control involved in it now. This is like technology that came out like last year, the year before, available to us. So with the way it is, it's so of all those different gears, what they do is they've actually got little clutches on them and stuff, a little hydraulic valve to move it all, and then you could actually turn off each gear. So then you could have part of your bar or your planter, so where it's overlapping as is, we can actually off in real life with this section control. What you can do is actually move it to one side and turn half the bar off, half the planter off. So if we had it like this, so the outer wing on one side and the outer wing on the other side, those 2 clutches won't be using, so you'll always be the exact amount going in. That's the beauty of things like that. So that's the new technology coming through on seeding equipment anyway. It's pretty good. We've got some out of the ground, some in the ground. I might be able to get this field done before I have to get off. So far it's still staying green with the stream quality, so I guess it's alright. You guys let me know if it really gets bad or blurry. We just gotta get another bag of seed. Which is a little bummer. I guess we could put it in the pickup, bring it out, put it in the ute, the pickup truck, in my ute, my service vehicle, whatever you want to call it. Because it's Alt X to engage the auto steer, it's when you don't have Alt push down, obviously hitting X will fold it up for you. There's about 2 runs left to go, I think. So I think it's time for us to start doing the headlands. So as you can tell, the way I've left the field, there's actually probably near on perfect 2 laps around the outside. So if that's sort of judging towards where the headland is at that side and along this outer edge, if I do 2 laps with this size implement around the outside, we should be left with nothing left in the field. Should be fully planted. It's just I'm down to 3% seed, so we could be running out of seed very quickly. Still got enough fertilizer. Obviously at 400 kilos per hectare is not enough. Oh well, we'll come back to the spreader. Release a granular spreader and put over the top once it's germinated. Note to self, we'll have to put it up a bit. Didn't really look to see if we actually can do a curvature or a adaptive curve guidance. So what that would do is if you recorded this line as pretty much a bit like course play, that's how an adaptive curve on the guidance would work. It'll just work off your coverage or your previously recorded line, so you can record a line and then re-auto steer it for that part. Maybe a little bit there we might have to do. I can't, just trying to guess this distance there. There may be a little bit down here. I sort of was just doing it, then see what bit we got left. There we go, we're out. Should be able to open the tailgate. Yeah, X. Beautiful. We'll duck down to the shop. Okay, see ya, Dow. I'll probably be ending the stream pretty much soon anyway, so thanks for coming in and watching and sticking by. Yeah, see you guys later, I guess. Just get this. We're going to try and pick up first. There's a bag of seed with a hay fork and put it on the back of the pickup. We might be able to get it. This one. How big's it seed? 1,000. Yeah. I don't think it's going to work with a haste fork. We're going to have to purchase pellet forks. They're all silly. These JSB ones are pretty cool. They look pretty nice. I can know we're going to be doing this later on, so... Perfect, with a bit of brute force. Having a skid steer is almost better than a forklift. Oh, this has got a door on the side. Oh my god. Ours gets out the front. We got straps. It's all good. Secured load. Picking up the last little bag of seed for the job. Yeah, I did think about doing this and working out what mods I'm actually using and taking all the other ones I've got on, because I've got about, what I look at, 10 gig of mods probably enabled in this save file. Just is doing things like that I could be allowing. And we use the to get the bucket out and use a bit of magic, and over it goes. See? Magically gets in there. Someone hit the wrong button again. So we should be able to get this last lap in. In there we could put, that does look pretty cool. I placed all the little birch trees there and those bigger ones to make it look like, you know, in a straight line, because when you go out and plant trees you do some of these other ones in different spots to do it, but I don't, they should all work with seasons. So as the seasons happen, they should drop their leaves and all that sort of stuff, how it behaves. So with this I have got the Midwest Geo enabled, so with this map, so that should be pretty correct for its location. But I am thinking maybe just not trying to create, because I used, when I've previously done this, I have struggled to produce enough feed for these cows. But I am thinking maybe we do grass and swathing it so I can pick up and feed them grass, but because I'm not sure if those pasture yards actually provide the cows with enough grass for them to eat. But yeah, obviously through the springtime or whatever, you know, normal grass growing its times, they won't require as much feed. Yep, see, perfect fills in. Could almost say I'm a professional at it. I wouldn't go that far. It is definitely a lot easier to do with a steering wheel than a keyboard. And then 10 times easier, it's so much better in real life. Because you just, like, see how the tractor wiggles the whole cab? You get that feel, that seat wiggle. I actually can just feel, so I can actually be sitting back watching where I'm being, not where I'm going. So watching the bar along or the planter along the edge of the field there, and you can feel the wiggle like as you turn or knock the steering wheel, and you know, to compensate for things. Well, that was perfect. It's wide there. Something tells me we're going to end up halfway along now. Come on, over enough, get it, yes. That was the one that I was nervous on. The rest is definitely going to fit then. Nice and straight, up and back, headland's looking perfect. Even the workings are starting to match up nicely. It's almost like they don't have the multi-angle terrain added in. Got it. No misbits. That is maybe doing a lot of concentration, as the silence on the mic will tell you. But yeah, concentrating a bit there for that one. I'm happy with that. At least we're more advanced than our neighbours. Look, they haven't even planted anything yet. Just a little bit down the bottom here, obviously got my width a little bit wrong. Needed to do another run. Kind of want to get this corner planted properly as well, so might have a little muck around here. So they obviously didn't have the bar, or the implement over enough. Yep, because I totally drive the tractor through a hedge in real life to seed the whole bit. Yeah, we'll pick that up on the other way. Probably should have turned the other way towards the field, not towards the fence. Dun dun. I don't know why, but this song reminds me of like CSGO music. It's getting intense. Feel it. Feel the build up. Towards the end of the field. This would be like a typical FS trailer. Oh, we're going to do some screenshots. That's what we're going to do. Don't miss anything while I'm not watching what I'm doing. Way to wreck up a good field. One little misbit. Okay. Turn that back on so I can watch my GPS. One last run to do. Done. Square it off. Auto steer for the last little bit. And we've planted it. Didn't take too long. So yeah, I'm thinking we'd definitely set up that base station as at least set up to provide at least you know, the cost or for certain running costs, because I want to be like sitting on a zero. I don't want to be like working every day as a negative. So in your finances menu here, you have you know, running costs and stuff like that. There's 72 grand there, and property maintenance. Another $3,500 a night. So I want to actually keep that down to almost a zero. So because in real life you don't have a running cost like that. You only have a running cost every time you repair something. So if I didn't turn the key on to that, like today, if I stayed home and played farming sim and actually didn't start a tractor at work, well then I wouldn't actually have any issues with any of it, because there will be no running costs. We're going. We'll unload the fertilizer and the last little bit of seed. I've got a little shed down there, we'll put it in. Down next to where I have that wheeled loader. Be very good. Just one little bit there missed, but there we are. I think that's pretty happy with that. The pattern's like almost like real life patterns. Tried to get that. What we want to do, unload it. Because I'm not giving my money, all my seed and everything back to the other people. I can stay here. So I think we'd actually end up pretty good around this yard. Probably need to make a little bit bigger and wider in there to coming onto the track. But Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Well, those running costs at 70 grand the leasing as well, I'm pretty sure. Oh well. Return that, yep. What else have I got over here? So it's definitely that 3 grand in the animal upkeep. It's going to be pretty high. So I've spent a bit of money, as you can tell by my incomes. I've spent 3.8 then and 1.6 today. Now down to 160. So we've definitely had a couple of good expensive days. But I do feel like we could put that like that base station somewhere strange in here. Down the back here somewhere. Go. I was hoping to do the deck chair mod and put it out here, but because I've already got the house as an original farm owner, it's what hasn't let me do it. So what we want to do, see what I was planning on doing is miscellaneous here, using wherever it ended up. This one, base transceiver tower. So we can stick that under the tree here or something. But if I set that to, instead of earning what was it says, it earned $500 an hour. That's like a bit too much for me. Okay, see you, Milton. Thanks for dropping in. I'm gonna end it now, but I'm gonna change that down to $100 an hour or something. So then it's only 2.5 grand a day, and I think that will cover most of my little costs. Is what I just looked at. Is in at least my vehicle upkeep and stuff like that. Because I want 3.5 grand property maintenance and animal upkeep. So if I had 2.5 grand, at least I'm not going in a big loss every day or somewhere there. Okay, thanks guys for watching, especially hanging around and all that. See you all next time, hopefully later on. And I'll definitely time lapse all these videos up to later on and upload them hopefully this week towards probably next weekend. Hopefully guys you can catch it and watch it then. See you next time. Bye.